it's just enough to be wild for the evening. We fall apart to start believing. I know this feeling drips down my body in the sun. This is the real thing, and I am overcome. Our hands are reeling, my heart beating like a band. Lift up the ceiling as I open up my hands. Oh, this is chemical. Oh, lost in a gold rush. Oh, this is the promise of reckless and ruthless love. We build it up with songs of the broken, caught in the rough between us in a moment. I know this fire reaches the corners of my truth. Oh, I am lighter when I'm reflecting you. Tonight I'm all in. I trade my past for something new. I'll let it reach me to see what this can do. Moving, moving, moving. It's moving, moving, moving. Moving, moving, moving. Going moving, moving, moving. Going moving, moving, moving. Moving, moving, moving. Moving, moving, moving. Moving, moving, moving. Going moving, moving, moving. 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 I know this feeling drips down my body in the sun. This is the real thing, and I am overcome. I know this feeling drips down my body in the sun. This is the real thing, and I am overcome. Our hands are reeling, my heart beating like the band. Lift up the ceiling as I open up my hands. Oh, this is chemical. Oh, caught in a gold rush. Oh, this is the promise of reckless and ruthless love.
Hey, good morning, Gold Creek. I hope you're having a great morning so far. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. Lots to look forward to. I'm excited for church this Sunday. We have an interesting Sunday, as we always do, planned at all three of our campuses. But just like I've been saying, 1 Year Bible, we are so close to the end. We're in Revelation, last book of the Bible. That means on our 1 year, the end of the month, we're done. We start over. We're doing GC 365. That's where we're challenging the whole church to do the 1 Year Bible with us. What a great time to try it and do it if it's the very first time. If you've been reading the Bible for a long time, it's a great opportunity to jump in with everybody else. We'll be commenting on social media. We'll have like Bible groups, the whole thing. Have a lot of fun. We'll have a video podcast every day. It's like what we're doing, but better, because you're going to see a lot more people, a little bit more content, about 10 to 15 minutes. Going to be awesome. You can sign up for that at all three of our campuses or online on our website. But today is a cool day because we are in Revelation chapter 3. And what's interesting about the first couple chapters of Revelation is it's these letters to the church of what Jesus was saying about those cities and those churches in the cities. And when I first read Revelation, I couldn't help but be like convicted, challenged, hopeful, and also like related to each one of those situations. And when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about specifically these two chapters, Laodicea and Philadelphia. And these two examples or churches or towns that Jesus writes about, it's the red letters in the Bible. We know those are the words of Jesus. These are the two cities that had churches inside of them. Jesus writes to them. And it's challenging. So let me just read it and break it down. Philadelphia is the good church that's been faithful. Laodicea has been a church that's almost more bad than the evil cities, because the famous words, he says, they're lukewarm. So here we are. This is Revelation chapter 3. He's writing now to the church of Philadelphia. This is the good church. He says this in verse 10. Because you've obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come to the whole world, and to test those who belong to this world. I'm coming soon. Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take away your crown. All who are victorious will become pillars in the temple of God. They will never leave it. I will write on them. He says you'll be citizens of the new city. Anyone who has ears, let them listen to what the Spirit is saying. In verse 8, if you even go back a couple of verses before that, he says this, I know all the things you do, and I've opened the door so that no one can close it. You have little strength, but you've obeyed my word, and you don't deny my word. So that's how he defines why Philadelphia, the church in Philadelphia, is good. They've been faithful, they obey his word, and they don't deny his word. Then you go to the church of Laodicea. This is in verse 15 of chapter 3. He says this, I know all things you do, that you are neither hot or cold, and I wish you were one or the other. But since you are like lukewarm water, neither hot or cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. And it goes on and says, you say I'm rich and I have everything. You said I don't need a thing. Kind of sounds like America. We have a lot of money. We don't have an immediate need. Then he says, also, you buy white garments from me. You're going to be ashamed. I correct and discipline everyone I love. So be diligent and turn from your indifference. Indifference is like, it's okay. I'm not all in. I kind of want to ride that line and be in the middle. And when I first read Revelation, these two churches and cities stuck out to me because, again, one was faithful, and when he talks about Philadelphia being faithful, he talks like it's hard. They had to persevere. He uses that word. And I feel like as the church now, we have to persevere a little bit. And then he talks about Laodicea. He says they're worse than the even evil ones because they're in the middle. And that always challenged me of like, I don't want to be in the middle. I don't want to be lukewarm. I want to be on fire for Jesus. I want to follow him even though it might cost me. It's going to be difficult. because the life of Christ is so good. And then here's an illustration and an example. So the last couple days, right, we built our new building, our new church on the corner of Highway 9 and Maltby Road for Woodinville. And I'm the pastor there. I live literally right down the road. So I thought, you know what? I need to go finally like introduce myself to the neighbors because I'm their neighbor. I want to have good relationships with them. So I've been this week knocking on the doors and literally cold call introducing myself to them as their pastor, as their neighbor. I've been giving them one of the Christmas boxes, inviting them to church. But it's been, I don't know if I've ever cold called, maybe if you're in sales you have, it's interesting, right? And it can be difficult. This wasn't difficult because I got to introduce myself as a neighbor and told them that not only does our church right around the corner, that I live around the corner, but most importantly, man, I love you. We live in the community here and the church is here to stay and we're excited and hopefully one day you come to church. But that cost me, right? A little uncomfortable and discomfort. And I think about those times where I'm like, man, this might be a little uncomfortable. I think, do I want to be like a Philadelphia church or a Laodicea church? Philadelphia being persevering, doing the hard thing and being faithful, or when it comes to it and being like lukewarm. And that means like, nah, it's all right. I don't need to knock on the doors. They know we're here. No. They need to know me. They need to know our church. They need to know that we're normal people, right? And so all this being said, here we are, Christmas. This Sunday, you are going to get these boxes. And they are amazing boxes. Here's my encouragement and challenge for you. Make sure and grab boxes. And make sure, be a Philadelphia Christian. Be a Philadelphia church attender where you're faithful and you persevere and you take that box. And I know it's sometimes uncomfortable, but you invite somebody to Christmas. Because this could be the Christmas that they were desperately waiting for somebody to invite them to church. These have been crazy times, and it's the best opportunity for us to spread joy and love and be an inviter and a Philadelphia church person in the midst of all that's going on. So that's my encouragement for you for today, Friday. I love you guys. I'm so grateful to be a part of a great church like Gold Creek and be with you guys. Have a great rest of the day.